Wormmon! Wormmon! Mom says we gotta film down here because we broke the TV stand, so we gotta use our desk for the TV now. Alright, Wormmon, this is our new set, so you better behave. He's just staring through the stand. I'm not checking more important things. You are. Probably. I don't get any fucking views. Wormmon, hold this mouse. I don't need it. Wormmon, there's this new Doctor Strange movie. That's a shit intro. Shut up. So Super Bowl happened, and I think it was the Pistons and the Lions playing football with... But there was a Doctor Strange trailer during that. And there was another one before that. Before time began. Shut the fuck up. But they showed more stuff happening in this movie. That's gonna be 3 fucking hours. Am I clipping the shit out of this audio? I turned the gain down. It's alright, just use the camera audio. Just come to King Dippy for all your channel growth needs. I want not to do. But anyway, both trailers make this movie look like it's gonna at least be passable. No, everything post, like, Endgame has not been... It's been pretty different. Things were getting pretty loafy for a while. It's Marvel loaf from all the way up to, like, Endgame. Things were getting kind of formulaic and loafy from... Basically from, like, Iron Man 2 all the way up to just before Infinity War. Because Infinity War and Endgame kind of changed the stakes and format. Because it was just giant fucking battles, bad things happening. And everything after Endgame has kind of broken that mold and been its own thing. There was sex in one of them. In the Eternals, 2 of the Eternals became the Beast with 2 backs. Because they was fucking... You're too young for that. Don't listen either. Are these ears? What are these? I'm sorry. You don't just do that. But anyway, I have hopes about this movie. I think it's gonna be, like, different. I mean, it's got Sam Raimi directing it, so that's gonna be cool. He doesn't really like to conform to studio things too much. And I don't think Kevin Feige is really gonna force the loaf formula on him. I mean, they already know what happens when things get forced on him. Spider-Man 4 gets canceled! But yeah, this looks like it's gonna be good. It's promising. The end. So things look like they're picking up from No Way Home, which is kind of what was established already with the multiverse being just pooping out. I mean, you had the first trailer showing up at the end of No Way Home, and they're talking about how doors are open that shouldn't be open, and Rhino is gonna walk through and fuck things up. I hope so. I want big meaty Rhino. I mean, there's an evil Strange in a ruined universe where things just got out of hand. He's kind of like overacting when he says that. Humberto Cumberbund is a really good actor, but sometimes when he has to do like really dramatic stuff, like in Sherlock or when he's being evil Strange, I don't know, it gets kind of hammy. Is that a thing? People say hammy? They better fucking start. Motherfuckers. There's a cat right there staring at me. And there's Shumagorath, except they had to name him differently. They had to rely on like a name from an old sea monster Marvel villain that they actually owned. Because I didn't know this, they don't own Shumagorath, they just kind of took him from another writer. Like, just wholesale lifted him out of another book. And that's why they can't call him that in this movie, because he was never theirs to begin with. They could do that with Thor, because who the fuck owns Thor? Odin? You think he's gonna sue you in copyright court? But yeah, they gotta call him Gargantos. But I'm thinking it might actually just be Gargantos, because it looks like it's just one fight with him. Based on the 10 seconds you see of him, It looks like it's just going to be a one-time encounter, or he's going to be part of some bigger group or something. I'm not sure, but I don't think it might fully be Shumagorath. Because from my understanding, that dude is a pretty big enemy and a big deal. That's all. Because, yeah, there's like a lot of enemies in this movie, it looks like. There's some dude with a bunch of arms, which could just be Doctor Strange turning evil. It might even be the evil overacting Strange. There's some weird shadow thingies. And there's some tentacle monster. Never get out of there. Don't go there. Don't. And there's the guy that was mad at Doctor Strange. He's got, like, long hair now. Kind of looks like he's wearing Loki's clothes. And Wanda seems to be kind of losing it. I mean, she's already kind of angry seeming when he approaches her. And then later on, she's all like, why you get to break the rules and I don't? Oh, I don't know, because maybe you would slave the whole town and made people out of scratch that had to die when you disassembled that town. And maybe everybody was screaming in agony inside their own brains while you controlled them in your weird sitcom universe world thing. Maybe you need some more rules for just a little while. And there's some girl. Strange seems to be protecting some girl, or tackling her, during that part where he's, like, being broken up into cubes through the multiverse. She's probably important. I just haven't read very many Doctor Strange comics. I had one from this place that would sell them in packs up north of Michigan. And they would, like, rip the cover off to make them cheaper or something. But then where did those covers go? I lost that comic eons ago. And with it, all knowledge of Doctor Strange. But yeah, there's some girl he's, like, protecting. And she, like, punches something. And there's a Captain Marvel variant, or maybe Captain Marvel, who's like, hey, what the fuck are you doing in the multiverse? Cut that out. Dude. Fucking done with this shit. Oh boy, I love how my crusty setup makes syncing fun, because I gotta keep starting and stopping shit. Get my fucking way, microphone. Everyone's clicked off by now, it's fine. I guess there was a dead version of Strange too, like wearing what's supposed to be his Defender's uniform, which I don't know much about that, as we've already established. But you, like, see him floating with his eyes, like, burnt out or something, and there's some pictures circulating of him, like, in a, I don't know, like a clearer picture of him just standing there in it. I wonder how many Doctor Stranges are going to show up in this movie. Probably a few. Now that the timeline is allowed to split out into fucking bullshittery and chaos, there's probably, like, 20 Doctor Stranges all going through the same shit. And the big thing is Professor X appears! You dingus! I mean, when I first saw the trailer, I thought, like, oh, bald man, that sounds kind of like him, but I've seen it a few times since, and, like, it's gotta be him. It's gotta be Professor X. It could be a fucking boner joke fake-out thing again, but at the very least, it's Patrick Stewart in a chair at some point of some kind with a shaved head. Possibly. And it looks like there's gonna be, like, some Illuminati thing across the universes, the multiverse. I was gonna make a dumb joke about the song Across the Universe, and I thought about it. I was like, man, that's dumb even for me. But I think it's gonna have Reed Richards from another universe, John Krasinski Richards, who's gonna go on to sell his YouTube show that made everybody feel better. He's gonna sell that to NBC or some shit, and then Professor X is gonna be like, why you do that? And there was, like, some robots that, well, one very illuminating article from one of those bullshit pop culture sites, was they're calling them Ultron variants, which they kind of look like it. And then another one pointed out that they actually look like Iron Man variant robot things. God damn. I can't talk or not squeak. But I think it's like a mixture of both. I think they're like some kind of Ultron robots that are slightly evil. If Ultron didn't go insane, there might be like a New World Order thing going on. That Tom Cruise Iron Man is probably in charge of, and he's part of the Illuminati with them. And it's gonna have Professor X and Reed Richards, and I don't know who else. What if they fucking pull, what's his name, Edward Norton? They pull him in? Like, they just try to pull all kinds of geniuses from the multiverse, from the movies, put them all together on a council, and, like, I think Doctor Strange is gonna be the one that they try to, like, deal with instead instead of the Hulk, like the Illuminati originally did, then he'll probably like join them or something. That's insane though. We're gonna have some kind of Fox Professor Xavier variant. Or maybe the original, he tends to die and not stay dead. But he's gonna be on a council, and who knows who else is gonna be on it. This is gonna be cool. This might be bigger than No Way Home, because of just the sheer number of people they could bring in that could like really ride that nostalgia wave. I don't think they have that many established geniuses, though. They could have multiple Reed Richardses. If they have a John Krasinski Reed Richards, which it legally has to be him now, they still have the ones from the Poopy movies. And the really old movie that was kind of okay, I guess. Never saw it. Which I guess that kind of brings me to my predictions, but I was already predicting. I think Wong's gonna die. It seems like the movie where he would. They like to just kill characters off. A lot of times these actors are just fucking done being in these movies. Like they want to go do something else. And then they don't really go do much else. So keep milking them Marvel teats. I already said Wanda seems like she's going to be evil. So I think she's going to snap when trying to bring back her family. And it gets like interrupted. Because Stranger's like, you can't go making people. Even though you could. Unless they're really going to hurt. They seem like fine people. This is gonna make her evil, and I think White Vision / original kind of Vision is gonna come back and like help. Maybe they'll shoot lasers and then have a philosophical discussion, and then fuck. Oh, that was kind of all my predictions, because I already said the shit about the Illuminati and whatnot. Yeah, I think they are definitely gonna be there. And they better be fucking called the Illuminati. It better not be like what Marvel does, where they pull characters in and they're not entirely what they were. Like with the Iron Patriot, who was just Rhodey in a alternate color suit for... They just fucking painted the War Machine suit. He's supposed to be Norman Osborn. I'm not even that big of a comic nerd. Shut the fuck up. Who cares? Just bring the fucking Illuminati. Do it. I just want to see Xavier and like 5 Reed Richardses talking. That's the Illuminati. Just every Reed Richards plus John Krasinski plus Xavier and Tom Cruise, Iron Man. Maybe he's just running security. He just provides the robots because maybe he's kind of a ditz or something that can build Ultron robots that work. I think they're Ultron Iron Men though. Oh, supposedly Tobey Maguire is gonna be in it. Like, that'd be cool, because, I mean, they're not, like, going nuts and including all 3 Spider-Men again. Because if they do all 3 again, it's like, okay. Or even just 2 of them, it's like, okay, that's... You're just doing this again? Because they're gonna be doing that again later. So you gotta pull at least one of them, and it can't be Holland Spider-Man, because he's from Strange's universe. So just pull one of the other 2, which is gonna be cool. Actually, I bet they might pull both of the other 2. Maybe. I don't know. I've heard that Spider-Man, Toby Man, tries to fight Wanda. Probably gonna get clapped. His cheeks clapped. Yep. That's my predictions. I think it's gonna be a good movie overall. I'm glad it's 3 hours so they can go nuts, because I wanted No Way Home to be 3 hours so they could, like, go nuts. But they kind of made that more about Tom Holland, so they didn't go nuts. I'm balding. Shut up. It's been a while since I've done these. I don't fucking know how to do... Hold my phone. And then...